Okay, get this. Netflix is about to like seriously level up their gaming game.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah, we're talking AI-powered games.
Wow.
Yeah, so we're going to break it all down in this
Yeah.
deep dive using this new article from the Motley Fool.
Cool.
So before we get into all the AI stuff, remember those interactive shows Netflix had?
Oh, yeah, like Black Mirror, Bandersnatch.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, seems like those are mostly going away.
Yeah, they are. Most of them will be gone by December 1st, 2024.
Oh, wow.
Only a few of the like the really popular ones are going to stick around. Apparently the whole choose your own adventure thing was just like too limiting for the kind of games Netflix is thinking about.
Interesting. So what's the plan then? Is AI going to be writing like the next season of Stranger Things?
Not exactly, but it's close. So Netflix is really betting big on this thing called generative AI for games. Think of it this way. You're a game developer and you need to like create a huge forest for your players.
Mm-hmm.
Well, with generative AI, you don't have to, like design every single tree and every rock. You can just give the AI a few basic things, like parameters, and it'll just make that whole forest for you.
Wow.
And it'll even like add in unique details and variations.
I'm starting to see how that could save developers a ton of time. But what about like the creativity? We'll just end up with a bunch of cookie cutter games.
That's what makes all this so interesting. Something, CERN. Generative AI is a tool, right? It doesn't replace human creativity.
Okay.
It helps developers, work faster, try new ideas. But at the end of the day, it's still the humans who are, like driving the whole thing, making the creative choices, and making sure the game is actually fun.
This is like giving developers a super powered assistant.
Exactly. And this whole shift is actually reflected in a big leadership change at Netflix. Mike Verdu, the head of Netflix Games.
Yeah.
He has a new title now. Vice President of Generative AI for Games.
Wow, a whole new title. That's a pretty clear sign this isn't just some like little experiment.
Oh, no.
They're really serious about this AI stuff.
They are. And it kind of makes sense when you think about the games they already have.
Right.
They already have over 100 mobile games. A lot of them are based on their popular shows.
Ah, that's true.
So, with AI speeding up development, we could see like a huge explosion of new games from them pretty soon.
Okay, so more games, faster development. That sounds pretty good for gamers.
Yeah.
But what about the business side of things?
Right.
How does all this fit into Netflix's, their overall plan?
Well, right now, all those games are free, if you have a Netflix streaming subscription.
Yeah.
But there's been a lot of talk about how they might, like make more money from it.
Yeah, I've heard those rumors too, about ads in the games.
Right.
Or maybe even like a whole separate paid gaming service.
Yeah.
Could this be another like Quickster moment?
Oh, the Quickster comparison. That's interesting. You remember back in 2011 when Netflix tried to separate their DVD and streaming services?
Oh yeah, how could I forget?
It didn't go over very well at the time, but it really paved the way for the Netflix we know today.
Right. So you're saying this AI gaming push could be one of those, those big, bold moves that seems kind of crazy at first, but ends up like paying off big time in the end.
Yeah, it really could. Netflix has a history of taking risks and changing things up. And if they pull this off, it could change, not just their business, but the whole gaming world.
Yeah, it is exciting to think about like all the new games we could be getting. But, whenever I hear about AI taking on more and more roles, I always kind of worry about, what happens to the humans.
Yeah, I get that. And it is important to, to think about what could happen to jobs in the gaming industry.
Yeah.
Like if AI can do some of the more technical things, we need as many human developers.
Yeah, exactly. And what about, that creative spark that humans bring?
Yeah.
Can AI really like tell stories the way we do or create those moments that really, hit you in the feels?
That's really the big question, right? About AI and creativity, and not just for games, for art, music, writing, everything.
Right.
Some people say AI can never do that. It'll never have that human touch, that ability to connect with us, on an emotional level.
But other people say that, AI could help us be even more creative. Like, it could help us do things we can't even imagine right now.
Exactly. And we got to remember, AI is still pretty new. What we're seeing now is just the beginning.
Right.
It's like, think about the early days of the internet. No one knew how much it would change everything.
Yeah, true. So I guess instead of being scared of AI, we should be like excited about what it could do.
Yeah.
See it as a way to push the limits of
Yeah.
what's possible in games.
Yeah, I think that's a great way to look at it. I mean, throughout history, every time there's been some, new technology, we've used it to create new forms of art.
Yeah.
Like, from the printing press to, digital filmmaking, we always find a way to adapt and create.
And who knows, maybe AI will bring us like a golden age of gaming.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, full of experiences that are more immersive and more, personal, and games that really make you think, more than anything we've seen before.
Yeah, that would be awesome. And, this isn't just about games, right? This AI stuff is changing almost everything from, how we work to how we interact with the world around us.
So big picture time. What does all this mean for our listeners?
Right.
What should they be thinking about as they process all this?
Well, if we, zoom out and look at the bigger picture, I think the main takeaway is that things are changing really fast. AI isn't just some sci-fi thing anymore.
Right.
It's here, it's getting better all the time, and it's going to have a huge impact on, all our lives.
So what are we supposed to do? Should we all learn to code and build robots or something?
Huh. Well, coding skills are never a bad thing, but no, I don't think that's necessary. I think the most important thing is to just, stay informed, be aware of what's happening with AI, and be critical.
Yeah.
Think about how it's being used.
Don't just, take the headlines at face value, but really dig in.
Yeah.
Ask questions, think about different perspectives,
Yeah.
which is exactly what we're doing in this deep dive.
Exactly. That's what makes these conversations so important. It's about going deeper, really understanding these, complicated issues.
All right, so we've covered a lot. We've talked about Netflix's move into AI gaming, the good and the bad, and how this could change, not just games, but everything.
Yeah. We've even touched on that whole Quickster thing, how AI could affect jobs in game development and the whole debate about AI and creativity.
Yeah, it's been a lot to process.
It has.
But before we wrap things up, I want to leave our listeners with something to chew on.
Okay, hit me with it.
We talk about how AI could make games that are really personalized, but what if we take that even further?
Oh.
What if AI could help us make games that aren't just personalized, but also, really meaningful?
Meaningful, how?
Like games that challenge our ideas, help us grow as people, and even connect with each other in new ways.
Whoa, that's pretty deep. Games as a way to grow and learn.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Imagine a game that helps you get over your fear of public speaking, or teaches you how to be a better listener. Or a game that tackles, big issues like climate change or inequality, but does it in a way that's fun and also makes you think.
That'll be amazing.
Yeah. And who knows, maybe these AI-powered games could even help us, connect with people from different backgrounds. You could play a game with someone from a completely different culture.
Right.
And through that shared experience, you could really start to understand their perspective.
That's a really powerful idea. Games as a way to bridge cultural divides.
Exactly. So as we enter this new world of AI, let's not just think about the tech stuff or how much money it could make. Let's think about how AI could actually, make our lives better and make the world a better place.
Absolutely. Let's be excited about the possibilities, but let's also, be smart about it, ask the tough questions, make sure AI is being used the right way.
Very well said.
Yeah.
And to all you deep divers out there, I want to hear from you. What kind of AI games do you want to see?
Yeah, tell us your ideas.
Games that are fun, engaging, and maybe even, life-changing.
Yeah, let's keep this conversation going, and let's work together to make sure the future of gaming is awesome.
Man, this deep dive has been really eye-opening.
Yeah, it has.
I'm walking away with a whole new understanding of, where gaming could be headed.
Me too. And it feels like we've only just scratched the surface.
Yeah, right. And speaking of scratching the surface, there's one more thing from that Motley Fool article I wanted to dig into.
Okay, what is it?
They made this comparison between this whole AI gaming push and And Netflix's decision back in 2011 to split their DVD and streaming services.
Oh, right. The whole Quickster thing.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, people were not happy about that.
No, they weren't. But here's the thing, despite all the backlash, that split actually led to, the streaming giant we know and love today.
It's true. Sometimes those risky moves that, seem kind of unpopular at first, they end up being like the thing that leads to huge growth.
Exactly. And the Motley Fool seems to think this AI gaming thing could be like another Quickster moment for Netflix.
Interesting.
Yeah, something that maybe shakes things up a bit at first, but then leads to, explosive growth down the road.
It's definitely a bold move, and if they can pull it off, it could, change the whole entertainment industry.
So for all you investors out there, the Motley Fool says, keep your eye on Netflix stock. This
Yeah.
would be like their next big breakout.
Yeah, definitely something to watch, especially with with Mike Verdu at the helm now.
Right, right. But let's not forget about the most important part of all this, the gamers.
Of course, yeah. At the end of the day, it's all about making great games.
And that brings me to my final thought for all you deep divers out there. We talk about how AI can make games that are, incredibly personalized. But what if we go even further?
Oh, what?
What if AI could help us make games that are not just personalized, but also deeply meaningful?
Meaningful.
Yeah, like games that challenge us, help us grow as people, and even connect us with others in new ways.
Wow, that's a powerful idea. Games that are like not just entertainment, but something more.
Exactly. Imagine, a game that helps you develop empathy or explore, complex social issues, but in a safe and engaging way.
That would be amazing.
Yeah. And who knows, maybe these AI-powered games could even, help bridge cultural divides, foster understanding and empathy between people from different backgrounds.
That's a beautiful vision.
So, as we stand here on the edge of this whole AI revolution in gaming, let's not just focus on, the technical stuff or the money.
Right.
Let's also think about the potential for AI to really make a positive impact on our lives and the world around us.
Couldn't agree more. Let's be excited, but let's also be, thoughtful and responsible.
Well said.
Yeah.
And on that note, I think it's time to wrap up this deep dive.
Yeah, it's been a great conversation.
Thank you so much for sharing your insights with us. It's been a real pleasure.
My pleasure. And to all our listeners, thanks for joining us.
Yeah, thanks for being here. And until next time, keep playing, keep learning, and keep those minds engaged.
Yeah, because in a world where things are constantly changing, the best tool we have is our curiosity.